Hello, welcome back. I actually forgot to mention this in the other two. I keep on seeming to forget this, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm trying to worry about waking my neighbors. I'm in college and I can speak very loud sometimes. But anyway, magical equipment. This is not just enchanting sword, enchanting armor. There's also wondrous items, artifacts, intelligent items. There's really way more magical items than I can realistically get to. Um, but just for an overview on stuff that confused me when I was starting out. For weapon armor bonuses, when you look at the chart and it goes for like the cost, you'll see a 5 bonus in the price, like a +5 bonus. And then you'll see like 6, 7, 8, all the way through 10 in the prices in like a hashtag underneath it that weapons and armor cannot exceed the +5 bonus. This does not mean that the total of your weapon bonuses can go to +5. It means the highest weapon bonus available is a +5. For example, Vorpal, I believe, is a +5 or 4, and that's one of the highest enchantments. There is no like super enchantment that's considered a +6 bonus. However, if you want to get speed, which is a +3, give it a +4 bonus, and by like a regular +4 bonus is +4 on attack and damage. So that's a total of 7, and then you can throw in a shocking burst and a fire. So the total of all your bonuses can go up to 10. It's just that no one spell enchantment can go over a +5 bonus. I don't know why they bother doing that, but it's there. And so when choosing to enchant your weapon, there's really no advice, just what your preference is. If you want to have your weapon be all elemental, like acid, electricity, frost, fire, those are actually pretty fun. I've used a few of them, and it's pretty interesting. Or you can just go for plus attack and damage, make it keen, which will not stack with improved critical, unless your DM says so. And that increases your... Keen is one thing that always confused players. I might as well talk about that now. Keen doubles your critical threat range. Meaning, if you have a 19 to 20, it's a 17 to 20, because 19 and 20 is a 2 points, like, that's 2 numbers. So you take that and double that, so what's 20 minus 4? There's 17. You have to start from the 20. It's kind of confusing, but hopefully you get it. If it starts off with 2, you add 2 lower, and you stop at the second one. You don't go past it, like subtraction or whatever. And if it's 3, 6, if it's a 20, it's now a 19 because that's 2. Armor is basically the same way. Armor has different abilities. It's all depending on what your character needs. And bonuses act the same way. Very similar. Shields also get a bonus. And they have their own special thing. As a player advice, if you really want to increase your armor class by the most, you'll get more bang for your buck, if you will, if you spread it out. And I'll get back to that in a second. The next section, I'm going to combine into basically all 4 into 1. Potions, rings, staffs, and rods. And wands. I forgot about that one. So it's 5. These are all magical items that help you. Staffs are really expensive. If you're starting at level 1, you're not going to get one unless you find one. They basically give you the ability to cast spells, and you can recharge them. Scrolls. I don't want to forget scrolls. Scrolls are spells on a piece of paper, as most you know. You can cast them. Having different DMs, their version is different. The book says you can only cast a scroll if your physical class can cast it. and it can be any level. So if you're a level 1 cleric and you get a level 9 revive scroll, you can use it. If you're a sorcerer, you cannot. Which kind of makes sense. And scrolls are pretty just straightforward. You buy them, you can cast them one time. There are scrolls that have multiple spells. So let's say you get a scroll that's 5 different spells. Each spell can only be cast once, and then the spell's gone. Wands are like staffs. They get a spell, and they get a certain number of times they can cast that spell. But once that wand's done out of spells, you can't use it anymore. Rods give you a special ability. Usually you use them for meta magic feats. They don't really do much either. The true fun of these magical items are rings and potions. Potions give you a wide variety: healing, invisibility, bombs if you're an alchemist. There's really endless possibilities, and they're quite fun if you have and cheap. So if you have like a few hundred gold, don't know what to buy, find an interesting potion, buy it. You're guaranteed to have fun with it. Rings give you more interesting abilities. And when you look at the price, they're really cheap to very expensive, depending on the powers. There are rings of 3 wishes, which give you the wish spell, which is amazing. There's also Ring of Protection, which gives you AC bonus, rings and Rings of Featherfall, which basically means you don't really take fall damage, which is nice. And they're varied. One thing to note is that you cannot wear 2 rings of the same thing. You cannot wear 2 rings of protection, but you can wear a Ring of Protection and a Ring of Featherfall. Another one is Wondrous Items. These completely vary. It's up to you what you really want, or if you don't want them at all. In D&D, there are Wondrous Items that increase your stats, like Strength and Dex. Pathfinder got rid of that. You only get it for 24 hours, and I would stay away from that. It's not worth the money. And now I'm going to get back to increasing your armor class for the cheapest. And so you might have, let's say, 20,000 gold, and that Ring of Protection looks really nice, gives you +3 for 16. But you can easily double that 3 bonus for the same price. If you have a shield, armor, access to wondrous items and rings, what you should do is buy cheaper ones that will give you the same bonus. For example, a +1 shield bonus is 2,000. A +2 shield bonus is 4,000. And a +3, I believe, is 9, or I could be completely mistaken, but it grows bigger each time. So if you want that +3 bonus, but Ring of Protection 3 would cost too much, here's what you can do. Get a +1 bonus to your shield. That's 1 AC already. +1 bonus to your armor. That's +2 bonus for 4,000. Get a Ring of Protection, which costs another 2,000. So for 6,000, you have your +3 bonus. And it starts from there. You can get Amulet of Natural Protection, which is basically Ring of Protection, but they don't cancel each other out. So for another 2,000, you get +4 bonus with 8,000 gold. That's just something to think about. I learned that over time. And now we're going to, the last part is intelligent items. These items are intelligent, and if you're new, I would stay away from them. There's a decent learning curve, meaning if you have an intelligent item that hates you, you can't really use its abilities. And the abilities I'm speaking of are spells. They can talk, they can sense stuff. On the other hand, if you get one that agrees with you, it can really be beneficial. And what I mean by agreeing with you or disagreeing with you, they're intelligent items. They actually, as it would say, have a mind of their own, and their own beliefs, philosophies, things like that. And the more powerful they are, the more harder it is to get along with them. If you're going to get a custom-made intelligence item, I would go with one that's your same alignment. It's not fun being chaotic good and having a neutral evil intelligent item. Nothing good comes from that. But there are abilities that are helpful. One of them is spells. Wondrous items can be given spells to cast. As a note, they go on your turn, but they do not take up your turn. Meaning, if you have two gauntlets, one can cast Scorching Ray, the other one can cast a Fireball. You can move, attack, and then cast Scorching Ray and Fireball, because they consider them an animal companion. They go when you do, but they do not take up your actions. That's the benefit of Wondrous items. But like I said, if you're new, I would stay away from them, get more used to magic and stuff, and then go back. Okay. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.